Hi everyone. So I personally prefer using the True Sidereal system because it basically resonates with me more. And originally humans collectively were working with a 13 energy system via the calendars, and when Pope Alexander changed the calendars to 12 months, it obviously affected all spiritual alignments. It shifted the energy that people worked with. And I personally think that 12 is unnatural. It's not very natural because it's in sync with 369, aka 333, whereas 13 is more natural because it represents death, it represents logic, it represents, 4, so I think that 12 is closely linked to the reincarnation loop, like the reincarnation in general, because, in numerology, 12 equals 3, and 2 3s with like 1 3 reversed is basically the analemma, the analemma, aka the infinity symbol, which represents reincarnation. It's the loop, the never-ending loop of reincarnation. It's also like the loop of, the snake eating its tail. And, just the duality, the binary illusion that we're stuck in. The symmetry, it's all unnatural. It's not natural, It's always like two halves, two opposites. Yin and yang, that thing. I feel like it's all unnatural. So I think that Pope Alexander shifted our calendars to a 12-month system because they wanted to throw people off on what energy to work with. By shifting us to 12 months, we're all more, aligned with their astrology. We're more aligned with the reincarnation loop, with the analemma, the infinity symbol. The snake eating its tail. So, yeah, it's all about just, throwing people off on what energy to work with. And, there's, this never-ending debate about, tropical astrology being, more inaccurate or just being way off compared to true sidereal astrology. And I think that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because of time dilation. So, yeah, obviously, when you use a telescope or you look at stellarium, you're obviously going to see that Pluto is in the beginning of Capricorn. Whereas tropical astrologers claim that Pluto is currently in Aquarius. And a lot of tropical astrologers claim that astrology has nothing to do with astronomy, that it was never related to the constellations, that, the zodiac had nothing to do with the constellations. They were just named after them and all of that. But that's not true because tropical astrology comes from Babylonian astrology and like Mesopotamia. And in ancient Mesopotamia and Babylon, astronomy and astrology were inseparable. There was no difference between astrologers and astronomers.